Hey guys, it's Lauren here. Thanks for stopping by. I'm here today to share with you a layout I've created as part of the Hip Kit Club design team. And I'm also going to share with you my thoughts on when layouts don't go as planned. I had this idea in my head, and I'm sure you guys are the same. You get these wonderful ideas in your head and you have the photo in mind and you think, okay, this is what I'm going to do and it's going to come together and it's going to work. Well, I guess this video is a tribute to all the times that idea does not work at all. I had fallen in love with this spot paper from the October kits, and I really wanted to do something really special with it. And I think just placing that little bit of pressure on me, it ended up not happening at all. But I wanted to have a chat with you about that, because this is what happens. We still end up with layouts, and not every layout has to be the perfect layout. And I think with this layout, this is what's happened. So bear with me on the roller coaster. I hope you do like it. It has come together, and I've shared it with my family and they've all said they love it, but I'm pretty sure they'd say they'd love any layout. But I just wanted to share my thoughts with you around that, and know that it's okay. This is normal. It's about the creative process, and when things don't work, all we've done is learn a lesson, and we know what not to do next time, or we've learned that we've learned that colour does certain things as well. So my hope with this layout, as you see me trying to dry off these little cut files here, as they're flying around my heat mat, I was challenged by the team to incorporate some die cuts, which thankfully in the October kit we got these really cute little die cuts, and also just to create that was really all my job was. Usually I'm challenged to do a lot more other things, but so probably those not being challenged to do too many things was probably my downfall. But anyway, so I had this bit of an idea in mind. I want to use the spot paper. I want to highlight it because I love it. And I was going to position my photo 2/3 of the way up the page and sort of tear an edge along, just to sort of help that transition from the white cardstock onto the spot there. And I was going to use mixed media to help me do that as well. But what I was really aiming to do was to get, as best I could, that navy spot on that paper to get my powders to match, and the Lindy Stamp Gang Magical powders that I'd mixed up, which I think the colour that I had used was Tweedledee Denim to get that dark blue, but it just wasn't the same blue as that deep navy spot. But when I thought about it afterwards, after I'd already put it on, and you'll see me make this layout, me colour matching that was probably a bit of a tall ask. And also, even if I was able to colour match that dark navy, which is almost black, it probably wouldn't have looked good anyway. It really would have drawn your eye to that spot, and I don't think the layout would have sort of evenly been spread. So here I am. I'm adding some clear gesso to the spot page as well, because I knew there'd be some mixed media on there. I've already used some of the shimmers spray in the yellow there to help me with my leaves, and I also used some of the October Lindy's Starburst spray in the colour Grab a Guy Gold to spray and splatter around as well on those leaves, just to create a bit of a contrasting yellow tone there. When I was playing with navy, I was sort of looking at all the colours that I had in my shimmers and the Lindy Stamp Gang powders that I had and that had come in past colour kits, to see what would really go with this Tweedledee denim. And the only colour that I could find that I was sort of really settled with was that yellow there. So the navy and the yellow, they're two colours that do work well together, but finding a third colour in the range that I had was really tricky. So here you can see I've really added a lot of pigment to that little palette there because I was trying to get that blue as dark as possible. And I found that the more pigment you use of those Lindy's magical powders, the stronger the colour is. But even when I dried it off, I'm still getting a real royal blue, not a real navy. So this is sort of where I was sort of thinking, do I keep going? I've just wasted this gorgeous piece of paper. And that's when I went, oh, Lauren, just let it go. Just have fun and just put this bad boy together. Just put it together and see where you go. That's a beautiful thing. Scrapbooking is just about paper. It's about the process and us enjoying the process. It's about us reflecting on memories and delighting in moments. And if something doesn't come together the way you'd hoped, it doesn't matter. The joy's in the journey, and I really, really believe that. So here I am just adding a little white border around my photos. Once again, me only adding one border is sort of a bit not Lauren at the moment. I'm usually adding 2 or 3 or really trying to build my layers up. But for some reason, I was just not doing anything that was typical Lauren style. So I knew that I wanted to tuck all those little leaves in and around. So I used some foam tape, which gave me a bit of, and I adhered the foam tape in the centre of the photo, which gave me a little bit of wiggle room there to stick those leaves in and under my photo and sort of make it all join together. The other products that I've used in this layout are out of the October kits was the My Mind's Eye enamel shapes and also the little metal charms you'll see me use there at the end. Now, when I first saw those products in the October kit, I was sort of thinking, I don't think these sort of match really well. But on this layer, you'll see sometimes when you look at a product and you think it's not going to work, sometimes it's a little gem that does work, and that's you'll see me trying to work all that out later on. Here I am, I'm trying to find more embellishments. I'm trying to add some contrast because I've realised all those leaves are really yellow and there's sort of nothing lifting that off. I'd only matted my photo once again, that's really not, you can see my photo sort of blending into that yellow area there, so I really wanted to add some more contrast there, which is why I've gone to the chipboard shapes that came in the October kit, and I've pulled out a couple of the black and white elements just to distinguish them from the yellow and to help break those yellow leaves up there. I hope this is making sense. It was, it's really interesting when you're doing a voiceover to be able to talk back your process, and sometimes you don't even really know what your process is. You're just sort of sticking down and enjoying it and trying to make something look good, and you're not overthinking it. But I really wanted to, when I do my voiceovers and put my process videos together, I want to try and help give some tips and tricks on how my layouts come together. And if it's a style that you're interested in, then maybe why I'm trying to explain it might help give that similar effect. So here I am, these cute little enamel, well, they're not little enamel, metal embellishments there. I'm just adding a few of those to look like they're little hanging off the leaves, sort of little droplets down there, which actually really add that little embellishment feature that's not typical. It's not ephemera. It's not something that you're going to see on most layouts, but it adds a little bit of detail and a little bit of specialness to the layout. Especially I thought that was cute as I was sort of kind of hanging off the bottom of the leaves there. Yeah, so this one's a quickie. This one didn't take me long at all. And, but although this is not what it feels like, not a typical Lauren layout, it's certainly one that I've learnt some lessons by, and having also, I'm pretty proud of myself that I've used some bold colours there in that background with my mixed media, and I've learned that sometimes we've got to really hunt down that third colour. So the yellow and the blue look really get good together, but I find that I work better in a 3-colour palette just to help distinguish those leaves off from one another. But yeah, so if you haven't heard of the Hip Kit Club, I want you to go and check it out. They do great kits. Every month you get a beautiful box delivered to your door full of inspiration and kits that coordinate. And sometimes when you pick up something you think, I don't know how I'm going to use this. And then I promise you these kits, when you put it with these other products, will come together. Even these gorgeous enamel shapes here, all really dark tones when that kit was really bright, but look how perfectly those little enamel shapes from my mind's eye match in perfectly. And those intricate little black hearts, I couldn't get enough of them, and you'll see me put a few of those around, and that creates that, once again, a little bit of magic there. So guys, if you're interested in the Hip Kit Club, the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my latest project for the Hip Kit Club, and I'll be back again really soon with a new video for you. All right guys, take care. Bye.